Good evening, YouTube. So after watching several YouTube videos, I created my own power hammer. Everything here is metal parts and motors that I had laying around. And believe it or not, it works. I didn't take any measurements from YouTube videos. I just kind of laid everything out flat on the concrete here, and then figured what I wanted, stood it up, started welding stuff together, kind of backwards the way I did it, but it ended up working. I had to change a few things. I've used these old rusty shackles to a double leaf spring, made a center pivot for it. I forgot the grease. That got greased, but I'm not happy with that. I cut myself a round piece of steel, pretty thin stuff, and I may have to change that to something thicker. It wobbles a little bit. Welded the base plate down. This is an axle piece inside of a 1-inch pipe that fit really snug. Put a grease cert on it so that I can grease it. Gypsy keeps licking my hand here while I'm trying to film. Gypsy quit. Mounted a 1-horse old Craftsman motor that still works to it. This is a lawnmower pulley that I Frankensteined up on there to a riser to a foot pedal, right, that works the tension. When you turn it on, this is off an old table saw that I took apart after I cut the end of my finger off. I decided I didn't want to be a woodworker. So I got this on. As you can maybe hear, it comes on. Spins like a son of a gun. This block of wood has yet to be mounted. Whether I do a piece of pipe with a plate, probably what I'm going to end up doing. Just gives me something to stabilize myself. So when you press down on the plate, it starts beating the heck out of itself. Let it stop. Hit it again. We'll see how heavy this is. If it's heavy enough, I think it is. This solid bar is welded onto a pipe that sleeves pretty doggone close inside another pipe, and I greased that. Leaf spring goes up. Anyway, it's all homemade. Didn't cost me a dime other than electricity to weld it up together. I see I didn't tighten that bolt down because I was still experimenting. So that needs greased, needs tightened down. Like I said, I may have to change that. The eccentric was quite a deal. I had no idea what I was doing. And it actually works. I tried 3 different holes at different measurements out, and that one seems to work the best to give me a complete up and down. I'm thinking if I moved it in to one of the closer holes, this distance would be shorter here or here. That might smooth it out. And I do have this one, it's off of my razor axles that I changed, or not the axle, the front end parts that I changed to heavier stuff. So that thing screws in and out. I welded the nut. Yeah, you can see it. I welded the nut into this 1-inch pipe, drilled the hole on that end. Probably work a little smoother if I was to put some sort of a bearing in there, but it works. Like I said, when I get it time to forge another knife or whatever, then I will see if it hits hard enough. If not, I had a thought that I could actually maybe drill a hole in here or fill this full of sand from the top even. That would add a little weight to my hammer and experiment with how much sand to put in there. until I get the proper weight, maybe to give me a little more hammering effect. We'll see. Anyway, it works. Fantastic.